And hello, movie lovers, and welcome to the show. So tonight I have Rossie with me, my good friend and co-host. We're here to talk about all the stuff that happened at CinemaCon last week, and we're excited to be able to do this. We actually have a long list to get through, so let's go on ahead. Let's start our list off and let's do it. And hey, Rossie.
What's up, John?
Nothing much. Nothing much. Just life's a little hard, just like Liam Neeson doing a split. That's
Oh
all.
my gosh.
But
Right?
still, it's great to actually do this with you and everything as always. How was your work week? How are you doing?
Doing good. Doing good. Working hard and just living life. No
Same here.
complaints.
Same
Right.
here. No complaints, but I can tell you one thing that we will not complain about is all the movie news that
Oh,
dropped last week, all the trailers. We ended up doing some reactions to some of the trailers. One of the things that happened to us on the Naked Gun trailer reaction that we did. I look, if there's not a reaction because of me, because Rossi was on or anything, it's because I have big fingers. Okay, I accidentally forgot to hit the stop recording button. Instead, I ended up pressing a different button. So there
right.
you go. The problem's me. So
Yes,
anyway,
it's John, you guys.
it's me.
Blame
Come at
John.
me. Exactly.
Come at me.
So anyways,
Pull up.
So CinemaCon recap. So MGM movies had their
Yes.
selection at the first day, right? So the thing that I'm excited about is the Masters of the Universe one. Even though I saw some still pictures and stuff like that
Yeah.
before, I'm like, I do not know if I like this or not
Okay.
because of the fact that it's an image, and anything in an image can be taken out of context. But what I wanted with my He-Man, with Masters of the Universe, was Star Wars, and it's like a space opera kind of thing with He-Man. That's
Right.
what I wanted, not on Earth. But
Okay.
from what I'm reading, based on this, guys. So basically, they did a sizzle reel, and people got their first look at Masters of the Universe. Though there wasn't a lot of footage of the film itself, they were not shown to look at Nicholas Gladstein as He-Man, reaching for his iconic sword. Knight expressed that his intention for this movie was to be faithful to the cartoon and toy line as possible, but also capture a high fantasy artistic and live action. We were given concept art and set photos of multiple characters in costume, including Marina Baccarin, I'm sorry if I'm butchering it, as the sorceress, Idris Elba as Man at Arms, Jared Leto as Skeletor, and Alison Brie as Evil Lynn, all of whom
Yes.
in Amazon. MGM promises Masters of the Universe will be one of the biggest films they have slated for 2026, putting a large emphasis on showing off time lapses and physical set elements and costumes being designed. So, what did you think? Are you excited about He-Man? What did you think?
Yeah, I am actually. I loved He-Man growing up. Um, it was a normal thing that you'd watch coming home from school. Love the cartoon, the characters. So my thing was, please just keep it, you know, keep it authentic with the cartoon. And knowing that they're going to do that, I'm really excited about it. I think it'd be cool to have a live action He-Man movie, and I can't wait to see it. I'm looking
I can't
forward
wait
to it.
either.
Yeah,
I'm
this is a
looking
good
forward
one.
to it. It's got to be better than Dolph Lundgren's He-Man, right? Because,
Absolutely. I remember that one too. I remember that one too. Yeah, I think
but
this is going to be 10 times better than that, John.
I think so too. I think this is going to be a really good one. I'm excited for it. At first, I'm like, because here's the thing. I don't know if you've seen still pictures for this, Rossi, but
No, I
there
haven't
was
seen him yet.
there was a picture of He-Man getting arrested on Earth, and
Okay.
they have a sword. I'm like, why the hell is he on Earth? This does not make any sense. But from
Okay.
what I'm hearing, that if he's on Earth temporarily and then he gets zapped up to um out in space, I'm fine with
Right.
that. But don't let
Right.
it be He-Man on Earth.
I get that.
I want it in space. That's where it
Yeah.
belongs. But
Yes.
yeah, so I
And
just
if
have to
they're
wait.
and if they're saying they're going to be authentic to the cartoon, then we're going to see. We have to see space. You have to see He-Man up, not on Earth, basically. So,
Exactly.
yeah, eventually, being where
All
we're
right.
used to him being. Yes.
Exactly. So, what do you have for MGM?
It honestly, that was my favorite one from MGM, the one that I picked from MGM.
Okay.
Yes.
So, let's see here.
But I
Next
do
up
have a
is
listing. Yes. Go ahead.
okay. So, I got Universal Studios. That's going to
Okay.
be the next one.
Okay.
So, we got Nobody 2, which I love the first Nobody movie with Bob Odenkirk. I think that's how you say
Okay.
his name. And I loved him in Better Call Saul. I loved him in Breaking Bad. I love Nobody. Nobody was one of those action movies where he's just supposed to be this everyday normal guy,
Right.
and is just basically he's beating up people. So I really enjoyed part one. I need to go back and rewatch it because it's been so long.
Right. I'm gonna
But
have to watch that.
it's really good. If you're into really good action movies, I definitely
Love.
recommend Nobody.
Love.
And this also is slated to come out on August 15th of this year. But Universal premiered the trailer for the um, two film sequel, Nobody 2, to audiences at CinemaCon 2025. The trailer starts off with Bob Odenkirk's main character, Hutch, at a work convention where he's being eyed by mysterious men in an elevator eventually. This turns into an intimate elevator fight, intercut with this is his wife and kids complaining that he's not spending enough time with them. And thus, they go on vacation complete with Lindsay Buckham's Holiday Road playing. So, this is going to be like the way I'm picturing is this, Rossi, is like National Lampoon's Vacation
Okay.
meets Nobody 2. That's what it
Okay.
feels like to me, based off of how they're pitching it.
Yeah.
And they're going to a carnival on their vacation. Odenkirk's daughter is slapped in the back of the head by a carnival employee. Of course, Hutch takes matter into his own hands and gives the employees a beatdown, intercut with Hutch and his son in a prison cell. The trailer then reveals the man plot a drug ring ran by a character played by Sharon Stone and
Oh my
enabled by
gosh.
a cop played by Colin Hanks.
Wow.
So, I'm definitely sold on the idea of a Nobody 2. The trailer
Okay.
seems like it's amazing based off of how they're pitching it. And
Right.
this does feel like National Lampoon's, but an action movie.
I get that. I get that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely check out the first one before I watch the second one. But I take your word for it, John. If you say it's good, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, I definitely
So
recommend
then
it.
I'm
I
ready for the
enjoyed it.
second one.
Yeah. So
Okay, I have oh goodness, I have a few from Universal. It's probably
okay.
one of my favorite studios. Let's talk about Soulmate.
Okay.
Soulmate, directed by Kate Dolan, produced by Jason Blum, Neum Gale, and James Wan. Your cast is going to be Claudia Dumet, David Rysdale, Lily Sullivan, Oliver Cooper, and Steve Cusack. Anyway, so I love these type of films. I love the Megan type of films. So this one here, let's see, it debuted its first footage for 2025 CinemaCon audiences, the Megan spinoff. So it is a spinoff from Megan, which I think is really exciting. I liked Megan. Shows a man, David Rysdale, in the throes of an exciting tryst with the woman played by Lily Sullivan. Sullivan's character is very over the top, seductive with energetic pop music and quick editing, creating a fun atmosphere that is until her own soulmate falls. Correct. Falls for that is her. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, falls for a woman played by Claudia Dumet. So I guess the trailer then reveals that Lily Sullivan's character is a robotic sexual companion, and
Hmm.
she's not taking no for an answer. So you can imagine what this is going to be. You've kind of seen films like this before. I mean, we've seen it done before. So, but I'm for it. I love films with crazy robots. I love when the crazy robot falls in love always with the husband, never the wife, and she tries to make sure that that wife never breathes or breathes again. So I'm gonna watch it because I just love films like that.
I like this idea though. Like I had this on my list though too for Universal.
Okay.
The thing
Okay.
that I have to say about Bloom Studios is the originality that they go in
Yes.
their stuff, and they also do things at a low budget. They don't
Oh
spend
yeah.
X amount of money. It's
Yeah.
either between 6 million to 7 million, and that thing
Okay.
makes bank at
Yeah.
150. And that's what I love about Jason Blum and how he handles business.
Right.
Some films for hit and miss for me when it comes to the Blumhouse, but who attached James Wan as a producer? I'm sold.
There you go.
I'm also a fan of
Yeah.
this idea of a sex robot going wrong
Right.
because I even made jokes about this back when the Child's Play remake came out.
Okay.
I said, could you imagine if this was a sex robot and you're calling 911 because your doll is trying to kill you
Right.
or having too much sex with you?
Right.
And it's like, 911, what's your emergency? Yeah, my doll is trying to kill me. Okay, sir, can you describe how he's trying to kill you? He has a knife to my throat.
Right.
Sir, that sounds really bad. Did you try telling him not to do that? So now it becomes BDSM all of a sudden. But but that's like the little bit that I did. But still, I like this original idea that Jason Blum has with Soulmate, where basically the robot falls in love with the husband, even though the robot's supposed to be having no soul, no nothing at
Yeah. No.
all.
Yeah, exactly.
And I like this idea of something going wrong. I have
Right.
to see this. I haven't seen Megan or Megan 2. Well, Megan 2's also got a release date too.
Yes. Yes.
But I had no idea when I chose this film that it was a spinoff up until
Yeah.
I
I
read
didn't
the
either. Right.
synopsis.
Yeah.
So I like the idea that they're thinking outside the box and making this franchise bigger than what
Right.
it is. So
And
yeah,
I just want to mention that they mentioned that this robot, she goes full Terminator. Okay, Terminator mode in this film. So this is going to be good. This is going to be this is going to be good. I like it. You've seen it before, but probably not like this.
no,
So yeah, I can't wait to see it. I'm definitely going to watch it, and we'll probably review it.
yep, we probably will because
We probably
I
will
like
review it.
robots. But yeah, I just can I is it okay if I go into a little bit of the footage because I do have some
Yeah, go
notes on that.
ahead. Absolutely.
So in case you guys are wondering what we're establishing here, okay? So the footage actually shown a lot gorier than anything seen from Megan, and with it being an adult robot this time around, the film looks to taking a wild swing at sex and relationships. The trailer ends with Sullivan dunking Claudia Domet's head in the toilet bowl, as
Right.
Domet begs her, saying they shouldn't be pitted against each other. Lily
Right.
Sullivan retorts, "That girl power shit doesn't work with me." So you have a little bit
Yeah.
of dark humor with this
Right.
mixed in with horror, so then you actually know the tone that they're going for. Because some people that I know that's seen the first Megan movie, they're like, I
Yeah.
don't know if I like that or not. I don't know. You know what I
Right.
mean? And so they're keeping within the same tone. They understand what their franchise is, so that's
Right.
something I'm really happy about. Hey
Right.
Jojo, how are you? It's always a pleasure to see you here in the chat as well. And hey Justin, how are you? Good to see you. So, but yeah, I'm definitely sold on that. But yeah, so my other thing that I wanted to talk about
Yes.
too. So where are you? The Black Phone
Oh
2.
yeah. Made my list
Now,
too.
my first initial was this, okay? So I love the first Black Phone movie. I own it. Not only that, but I also read the short story of it. So I'm like, how the hell are they gonna make this into a thing, especially after the events that happened in the first movie?
Yes, exactly.
So now they're doing something a little bit different. Now they're tacking into like a Freddy Krueger kind of style of actually doing it,
Right.
which is kind of different in a sense. And also too dealing with, I believe once I get into the footage and everything, it sounds like it's PTSD kind of stuff.
Right.
The
Okay.
way I'm thinking about it, but
Right.
I could be wrong. But it comes out on October 17th of 2025. James Blum from Blumhouse produced it, of course. Ethan Hawke
Right.
is back in it, reprising his role.
Right.
Mason Thames, Jeremy Davies, Madeline McGraw, and Ariana Rivas is in this. So, exclusive description: the cinema. So basically, the exclusive reel playing a child is being chased through the snow, and what looks like a grinding lo-fi footage at the child's terrified face flashes on the screen and lingers even through the next image. Feeney appears to be living sullen life as his sister Gwen is having strange visions. So
Right.
the repeated images an out of order black phone, and Gwen at summer camp build a reveal as a black phone rings. the grabber, Ethan Hawke, is hanging around in the afterlife, out to take their life, to make their life a living hell. The rest of the footage is a nightmare fuel. There's striking images of the grabber ice skating towards the camera in slow motion. It appears that the grabber has a special connection with Gwen, meaning to somehow
Hmm.
get a hold of her from spinning around in rapid succession, as Feeney appears to see that image in a phone booth without doubt. It looks like even more terrifying than the first movie, given the stronger supernatural elements.
Hmm.
So here's I like this idea that they're playing around with, because it
Okay.
does feel like a Nightmare on Elm Street kind of
Yes,
vibe
it
to it.
does. Yeah.
And I like that they're doing something different. And I think that this is a perfect way to keep Ethan Hawke in the movie
Okay.
and to keep his to keep it alive.
Right.
But yeah, I'm actually sold on this idea. You know,
Right.
I think it's actually it makes sense.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to have a new type of Freddy Kruegerish type of film. You don't have a lot of those out there. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen many that kind of are like Freddy Krueger, but I was like you. I wasn't sure because after the first one, you kind of thought it was wrapped up and kind of done with. Wasn't expecting to see a second one, but yeah, reading about how the trailer is and what the story is supposed to be like. Yeah, I can go for that. I love the Krueger films, and I like that they have their own twist on that film. So I think people will like it. I think it'll be popular.
I think
What do you
so too.
think? You think it'll do well?
I think it will. I mean, I think it will do well. I think that
Right.
people loved the first one.
Right.
People were
Oh, yeah.
talking about it. This also came out during the pandemic though too. So it's
Yes.
going to be interesting to see how the second one does box
Right.
office wise
Right.
because of it. But I love the originality of the fact that you have this guy that's still haunting these people's dreams, and also
Right.
too the sisters also sees visions in which we already know that she does. So
Right.
they're just expanding more on the idea of it. So I'm wondering with those visions, if maybe he comes through her vision and then he becomes her,
Hmm.
kind of like a shocker kind of thing.
Yeah, right. Right.
But yeah, I'm sold on it.
All right.
So what else do you have?
Okay, from Universal, I have a Him, and Him was the release date is going to be September 2025, September 19th, 2025. Directed by Justin Tipping. Let's see, produced by Jordan Peele. We love Jordan Peele's movies. Ian Cooper, Kurt Pansnick, Wynn Rosenfeld, and Jamal M. Watson. The main cast is going to be Marlon Wayans, Julia Fox, Tim Heidecker, Tyreek Withers, Indira G. Wilson, Jim Jeffries, Guat Dad 4000, and Tierra Whack. And so this is a little different than what I would expect from Jordan Peele. It's like a sports. It's kind of like a sports type of film. Universal Pictures brought an exciting first look at Him, produced by Jordan Peele and directed by Justin Tipping, to CinemaCon 2025. The teaser opens on a young football player, played by Tyreek Withers, going through an intense training montage, pushing himself to his limits. Withers' character then becomes mentored by a legendary retired quarterback played by Marlon Wayans, whose intense speech echoes throughout the entirety of the footage. And then this happens, guys. Then the teaser quickly dips into the surreal as Jordan Peele's producer credit appears, switching the film's color scheme into X-ray vision as Withers' character collides head first, guys, into another player. Wayans questions if his apprentice wants enough, as we're shown Withers being followed by a demonic rammed mascot. There's a reoccurring shot of Wayans yelling at Withers face to face into his helmet. There's flashes of injections, cultists, and it ends on a shot of Withers on a dark field, the football field covered by mysterious occult symbols. I'm sold. That's weird.
I
What do
think
you think?
it's I have to see a trailer for it, to be
Yeah,
honest with you, to see it. But to
but
do
no,
something like this is interesting. And Marlon Wayans, of all people, to do
right,
something like this is totally outside the box. Something
right,
that I'm not expecting,
yeah,
because he's known for his comedy and stuff. To see him
right,
work with Jordan Peele, You know, even though I know that comedy like stand-ups have the most darkest
Yes.
humor that you can think of. But I think that this makes sense to do
Right.
something like this because he's also a stand-up as well.
Yes.
So
Jordan. Yeah.
Jordan's also a stand-up as well.
Right.
So it makes sense that these two would actually work together. I like the idea they're even using like different special effects to indicate maybe a concussion or something like
Yes.
that,
Right.
and make it more horrifying than what it actually is.
Right.
So I'm liking the idea of what they're doing. I just have to see more from it.
Right.
But that's just me. I just need to see more meat on the bone. I just
I
have
don't
to.
know. I'm visual, so I can like, you know, I'm seeing everything that I'm reading. So I'm like seeing the whole footage go down and what's happening. Yeah, definitely curious about it. Can't wait to see a trailer for it because obviously, once you get to see it, you kind of get more of a better understanding of it. But I love what Jordan Peele does. I love the fact that Marlon Wayans is a part of this. So I'm excited to see, more about the film. I'm excited to see the film.
Me too. Me too. I'm excited to see the trailer. Once I
Yes,
see the trailer, I'll be
the trailer.
invested.
Yes, yeah,
I was like that even with Up because all I saw with Up was the not the trailer, but the poster. I'm like, what is this?
right,
And because all you see is a cloud. So if they do it the same way with the posters and stuff, this is going to be a hit as well.
right.
I love
And
Jordan Peele movies. They creating
I
these.
was just gonna say that, for me, it's like his name being on that, you're already kind of sold on it because he's given us some great films, and I love the way his mind thinks when it comes to horror films and his take on horror films. So, and then to add someone like Marlon Wayans to it, that, like you said, is a comedian, a comic, yeah, them two together, I'm already sold. So I'm excited about the trailer and hoping that that is going to be just as good as I imagine it to be.
Same here. So, is there anything else with Universal that you have? Or
I have Megan on my list, but this is we know what Megan is. We've seen it
Yep.
before. The twist on this one is she has a rival in this film, and so they'll be going at it. But I love the first Megan, so I'm looking forward to seeing this one.
Okay. So we're gonna move on to Warner Brothers now.
Okay.
So it's no surprise. I have Superman on my list.
Yes,
And
of
I'm not
course.
even go into it. We did our trailer reactions for it. You guys
Yes.
can see that up on the channel. But it's
Yeah.
my most anticipated movie of July of this year. And
Right.
it's opening up in July of 2025.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I think we're all going to go see Superman. The trailer was amazing. If you guys didn't watch the trailer reaction that John and I did, it's up right now. You guys can go take a look at that when the
exactly.
show's over with.
Yep. When the show's over with, you guys
When
can
the
check
show's
that
over
out.
with, guys.
Yeah. You guys can check out both trailer reactions that her and I both did. It's fantastic. We both loved it. So what do you have next for your one for this one?
Let's
WB?
see. Let's see. I'm sorry. I have notes on
Okay.
paper. I have notes on my phone. So a lot of notes. Let me see. Um, let's see. Sorry, guys. I got it.
Oh no, it's okay. While you do that, you want me to
Yeah.
go
Why
on
don't
ahead
you
and
go ahead and do
okay,
that,
that's
please.
fine.
Thanks,
So
John.
this is another one that Rossie and I reacted to is F1.
Yeah.
So this is coming out on February 27th of 2026. It's about the Formula One racing movie. It's also produced by Top Gun Mavericks people and stuff like that. Um, I love the trailer, even though the people who were at CinemaCon got 10 full minutes of footage. Just from
Yeah.
what I've seen that Joseph Kowinski did with this film, looks amazing. The first person view shots and stuff like that is amazing as well. You guys can check that trailer reaction as well on the channel as well when after this show's over with.
Right.
Um,
Wicket 2. What did you think
okay.
about that? Hearing about Wicket 2.
I I didn't see Wicked one.
Yeah.
I'm not a big musical guy. Like I'll be honest with you, the last musical I watched was Sweeney Todd. I love the movie.
Oh gosh. Gosh. Okay. wasn't the Leslie Nielsen, wasn't that?
That's Paramount.
Oh,
Paramount's that one. But let's see here. We got okay. I'll tell you one that you might be interested in that I have on my
okay.
list while you're looking. It's One Battle After Another. It comes out September 26th of 2025.
Right,
Paul Anderson's the director and writer for this movie.
right.
You got Leonardo DiCaprio in this. You have Tanya Taylor Joy in this. You have Bianco Del Toro in this. Benicio Del Toro, yeah. Regina Hall, Sean Penn, and Alana
Oh, yeah.
Haim.
Yeah,
You have me at Leonardo DiCaprio and
yeah,
Benicio Del Toro.
absolutely. Definitely. And,
Um,
go ahead.
so I'm just going to go into the brief description and stuff.
Okay.
And basically, it's an exclusive footage description. Warner Brothers screened a special exclusive clip of one battle after another at CinemaCon attendees. In the footage, we follow Leonardo DiCaprio as Bob Ferguson, frankly arguing with a rebel named Comrade Josh over the phone, begging for him to reveal a God, I'm tongue tied tonight. Rendezvous point. Meanwhile, Benicio del Toro's character searches the apartment they are in, checking the beds and cupboards and cleaning a rifle. It's a stressful but most comedic scene as Comrade Josh refuses to give intel and teases Bob over the phone. Bob goes on a rant about his addiction to drugs and continuously loses his patience as he banters over the phone. Eventually, Bob breaks his facade and threatens to call in Greyhawk 10 strike on the revolutionaries before hanging up. The footage aligns with the vintage vibes of Paul Thomas Anderson's Inherent Vice, while he also calling back Leo's unhinged energy and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. After the clip ends, it cuts to a trailer that is very similar to the one publicly released last week. So,
Okay. Okay.
so
Let's
uh,
see. I found it.
okay,
Let's see. Final Destination Bloodlines.
okay,
That was one. Obviously, we did a trailer reaction for that one. That's a pick that I'm really looking forward to. You guys can go see that. I didn't really have a lot, honestly, John, from Warner Brothers.
fine.
There's one that's called Weapons. I thought that seemed really interesting. I'll tell you guys a little bit about that. So, Weapons is released August 8th, 2025. Zach Kreger is the director. Let's see, the main cast, and this sells it already. Josh Brolin, Julia Garner, Alden Ehrenreich, Benedict Wong, Austin Abrams, Amy Madigan, June Diane Raphael. It was given an exclusive first look. The trailer begins with an eerie tone and shots of children going into school as the narrative gives us the backstory of a day where all the children in the classroom of one teacher, who's Julia Garner, have gone missing. We're shown sequences of the teacher becoming a town pariah, with Josh Brolin as a father whose child was in her class screaming, why was it only her class? There's a bleak sense of dread that only gets worse when Julia sees one of the missing children, only there's something deeply wrong with them. The rest of the trailer is far too quick to decipher too much meaning, so we'll go ahead and try to detail the highlights. So, one shot shows someone vomiting blood, another features a mother attempting to harm themselves, and most provocative of all is a wild look at a group of children crashing out of their school. The trailer closes on a teenager in the woods encountering an out of focus figure who waves creepily. By all accounts, this seems like a very different but equally intriguing successor to Barbarian and an incoming horror hit for Warner Brothers and New Line Cinema.
okay.
Yeah,
I'm interested in Weapons. I read
yeah,
the synopsis off of it and everything. And yeah, I have to say, I am interested in seeing that movie.
yes, I am too.
But yeah, I don't have a lot for WB or anything.
Yeah. Can I mention
And
the
I
Cat in the Hat really quick though?
Yeah, go
because
ahead.
I have that one down as well on my list, and I'm only
I have to hear
mentioning.
this. I gotta hear this.
Okay, I'm gonna read you about what's going on with Cat. Let's get in water.
So
Okay, all
I
right.
love the Cat in the Hat.
All
Tim,
right,
I am.
so laugh at me if you guys want to, but I'm sorry. I grew up. I love Dr. Seuss books. I love the Cat in the Hat cartoon. So when I found out that the release date is going to be February 2026, stop it, John. Okay, this is
Find
serious,
it
guys. This is
adorable
the
that you
Cat in
like
the Hat.
this.
This is a classic. All right, so it's directed by Alessandro Carioni and Eric Vinoja. Hope, sorry guys, sorry. Let's see. The main cast is going to be Bill Hader, yes, Matt Perry, Quinta Brunson, Bowen Yang, um, Exaltiel Gomez, and Paula Pell. Sorry guys. So, after a hilarious introduction from Bill Hader, attendees got to see an unfinished trailer. So it's unfinished for Warner Brothers Animation's The Cat in the Hat. The trailer starts with a neighborhood in absolute peril, with the reporter being bitten by crabs, fires happening, and all manner of utter chaos. Cat in the Hat, played by Bill Hader, let's see, looks at the camera and says something to the effect of, nailed it. This is where the trailer takes a turn when we see the Cat in the Hat works for some sort of imagination corporation other creatures with names like Bug with a Mug, okay?
So we got dad puns. Got it.
Okay, so let me finish real quick. Okay, his superior tells him that he needs to do something or he's going to lose his job. Cat is then assigned to bring whimsy to children. The children immediately hilariously mace the cat, who writes on the ground almost uncomfortably, realistically shouting, "Go to the title card." The footage ends with the children being introduced not to just Thing One and Thing Two, but about let's see, about 10 other things with different numbers. The animation is unfinished, but some what is that word? Some panache, whatever. Even if it's eagerly stages. Sorry, I forgot the name. The humor is very funny, though, although it's easy to see criticism that the film doesn't have the spirit of Dr. Seuss, a criticism levied at the earlier Mike Myers attempt. And remember when Mike Myers did Dr. Seuss. Anyways, though, I'm for it.
I'm glad you are. I like the fact that you have that child, like, you know what I'm saying? I think it's
Oh, yeah.
adorable. I think it's really is because you're going to end up laughing your ass off on me once we get down to
Yes.
the Disney one, too. So,
Yes. And
because
we're
there
probably
was,
going to review that too, John. So I'm giving you a heads up.
okay, no problem.
And that's what I got. That's what I
Okay.
got.
So we're going to move down the line over at Sony Pictures now. There are some
Okay.
honorable mentions because some of these
Yes.
don't have release dates.
Yes.
And I know that there's going to be a lot for you on your list for this one.
Gosh, yeah, you go first because I try not to overdo it with a whole bunch of stuff, but this list is really good. So yeah,
It's hard not to, though. It
right.
really is because even I went through it. I'm like, yeah, they got a lot of good stuff coming.
They got a lot.
If they
Yes.
can nail it.
Yes.
That's the thing. I'm iffy with Sony on some things, but if they can nail it, I'll give it a chance.
Okay. Okay.
Like the Legend of Zelda live action.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
If they can do this well, I'm all for it. Like,
Yes.
it's hard to do a Zelda movie, a live action adaptation of Zelda.
Right.
So if they can nail the character, if they can get the adventure like we did in the Nintendo game on the DS that we all played back in the 80s and 90s,
Right.
I'm all for it. If you get the fantasy setting, if you can get if not only that, but you also have to have the old school people like us that played it. But you also have to have something in for the new generation, though, too, to gravitate towards them to come and see this movie, too.
Right. Yeah.
So this is going to be us trying to bring this new generation in and show them our neck of the woods, our childhood.
Yeah, and they got
So,
to get it right. They got to get it right.
right.
Don't you think like it's going to be like if they on the live action play of this film, like you got to really
Yeah,
got to stick to it. You guys got to. There's so many fans that are just going to be not going
I
to let
feel
it
like
go. Go ahead, John.
right. I
Sorry.
feel like this. If you can go on ahead and get the creators behind it, like they did with The
Okay.
Last of
Okay.
Us, and also Minecraft, which I was not expecting to
Yeah.
make. Did you know how much money that thing made?
250 million.
About 300 now.
Is it 300 now?
I think it's about 300. That thing was projected between 50 and 60 million,
Yeah.
and that thing did gangbusters. That I was expecting this movie to bomb,
Right.
and I
I
don't
was too. I didn't. Yeah.
because here's the thing. I'm rooting for any film to be successful,
Right.
but Minecraft was popular back in 2015-16,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that was the peak of Minecraft. And I was like, "There's no way," because all those kids have grown up now.
Right.
No one's playing Minecraft, I don't think. But then I forget.
Dude, no, there's a lot of people. I work with a lot of people, grown ups, our age, that are still playing Minecrafts, and young people in like their what mid 20s are
Mhm.
jamming on Minecraft. Like this is a thing still.
Wow.
I was
Okay.
shocked. It's a
Hmm.
thing. Yes.
Okay then. So I
Mm,
stand corrected. But still, it's just so. But still, I think that if you can get the nostalgia, because that's what you're going there for a
right.
Zelda movie, going for
Yes.
nostalgia, but you're also trying to gravitate new audiences into it, just like how they do with the Cobra Kai show and stuff like that. And yes, the Karate Kid is on my list of movies that I'm going to go see in May.
Oh, I get
So
that.
yeah,
I knew you were gonna want to see that.
yes, hell yeah. But yeah, that's what I got for my honorable mention. But I have
I
another
want
movie.
to honorable mention for me is definitely going to be Resident Evil.
Yep,
I I want to see Resident Evil.
me too.
Let's see. I also had Jumanji 3. I love the Jumanji films. I'm looking forward to that. Spider-Man. Um, that's another one. What Brand New Day.
Yep, that's
Let's see.
gonna.
We were talking about the Beatles one at work yesterday. What do you think about the Beatles one?
Okay, I had that as an honorable mention as well.
Okay.
And I know that you and I had talked about it a little bit.
Right.
And I like the idea that you have different movies. This is going to be a binge watching movie if you think about it. This is
Yeah.
going to be the first
Yeah.
movie that you have to binge watch
Right.
in the movie theater
Right.
because you're getting different perspectives from all the
Yes.
members.
Right.
So you have that going,
Right.
and if they can nail the bio pick, because this is what it is. If you can nail all 3 or 4 of these movies,
Right.
you hit a home run. You're talking about over $1 million at the box office. You're talking about Academy Awards. You're
Yeah.
talking about all that stuff. But at the same time, though, you have to get this right, because there are diehard Beatles fans that are still alive today that
Yes.
loves the Beatles. You also have to get them on board. But not only do you have to have them on board, like I said before, if you're trying to introduce your kids to the Beatles and tell them why you love the Beatles the way you love the Beatles,
Right.
you have to get this right.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be nitpicky things within this whole entire thing where people like, you know what, that timeline doesn't match up. This doesn't match up. I
Yeah.
knew someone that's seen with Bohemian Rhapsody, and they said this wasn't true, that wasn't true. I'm like, can I just watch the movie? I didn't want to watch behind the music. But I get it. I get
I
it.
don't want to watch my
But I totally get it. I totally understand that because there is a fan base
Right.
and they are attached to this just like how we are with anything else.
Yes.
Music lovers. And I think that you have to have this right.
Yes. Absolutely. I'm with you on that. Yeah. I like the Beatles. I wasn't like not like a huge fan, but I love biopics. So I'll watch anybody's biopic. But I'm with you for those diehard Beatle fans and people that, like John said, are still living today. Yeah, dude, they're going to be critical of this film, but hopefully if they they'll do it right, and then it's supposed to be like 4 different films or
More films.
4 films, so from each of the
And members'
the band
perspectives.
members perspective. And so yeah, I that's interesting, that's different, but it's interesting.
It is. Like I said, this
Yeah.
is gonna be the first bingeable
Yeah.
movie that we've gotten in a theater.
Right.
And then you have
Right.
Joseph Quinn from Stranger Things in this movie too, as well. Get this. I actually knew a diehard Beatles fan in high school, and it
Okay.
was our music director.
Oh,
It's like
wow.
he goes, "This is my music band. This is not yours." I'm like, "Yeah, I see the Beatles." But yeah, we ended up he had like a Beatles drum. He ended up making like he was die hard into
Wow.
Beatles.
Wow.
So, Mr. Smith, I'm happy that you finally got your Beatles movie.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
Mr. Smith is for it.
Yeah. So I'm excited for it. I think this is gonna be unique. I want to
Right.
see just because of how different it is from
Right.
other biopics that we've gotten.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm with you. Definitely with you.
but Spider-Man:
Um,
Brand New Day is one of the ones that's on my list.
I have that too on my list.
So
Oh, yeah.
I'm definitely excited about that because of Tom Holland and stuff.
Yes,
And then I know that you have the animated one probably on yours.
I did. Yeah, I did. I was like, wait, not just that one, it's the other one. Spider-Man Beyond the Spideyverse.
Yep. Yep.
Spider-Verse.
Yep.
Let's see. So that comes out June 4th, 2027. I love the first one. I mean, the first two. You the one that turned me onto the films and had me go back and watch both of them, and they're so good. Written by or directed by Bob Perschetti, Justin
Yep.
K. Thomas. Okay. Let's see the footage. Let's see. So the first look opens with the camera moving through a multicolored prism of sorts, with scenes from prior two films intercut. The footage then shifts quickly. Let's see. Sorry. Okay. The footage then shifts to a quick succession of teasers for what audiences can expect. Miles and Gwen Stacy are riding on a motorcycle. The Spot, who's played by Jason Schwartzman, is sucking the color out of the various environments. Speaking of the Spot, he seems to have the ability to transform into an arachnid-style form that sees him crawling menacingly towards our protagonist. A big component of the footage is between Miles Morales and the alternative universe version of himself that has become the Prowler. That was such a good ending. Strangely, though, a shot towards the end of the teaser shows the two Miles working together with who appears to be Aaron Davis. The multicolored prism is then revealed as the film's logo. There's not much to this footage, but it gives a good idea of what Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse will be occupied with. And I love the cliffhanger at the end of the last one that we saw, and I love the Miles Morales Spider-Man. They're really done well. Animation is great, so I know this is going to be a good one.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm excited for it as well.
yeah,
I like them as well.
yes,
It's just I had other movies that was piled on top of the others, so it was like,
oh
okay, I
yeah,
know Rossie's got this one,
yeah,
so I'm just gonna
yeah.
let you have that one.
Thank you,
Because I just know you. Um,
thank you.
so I had the Karate Kid on there, mentioned it. I need to do a reaction to it.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, that comes out on May 30th. Then I got 28 Years Later.
Okay.
Are you a fan of the 28 Years movies?
That's the zombie movies, right?
Yep.
Oh yes, absolutely. It's been a long time too. Yeah.
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 So they actually are going to make two sequels. They're making this one and then another one. But I don't
Are
have
they?
that one on my list. I don't have the sequel after this one for a reason. Because I think they're
Okay.
jumping the gun with this.
Okay.
It's like, let's see how your movie does after 28 years later. Then
Right.
we can go talk about another sequel after that. Because I
Right.
feel like they're celebrating a little too early.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, let me see what you guys have cooking. If I like what you guys are cooking, I'm gonna go on and eat the other thing that you guys have. But I'm
Right.
not gonna go ahead and uh celebrate something that I don't know anything about yet.
Right.
But yeah, 28 years later is something that I'm very excited about. It comes out in June of this year, June 20th.
Nice.
Danny
Nice.
Boyle's directing it. You is basically a new trailer debuted for CinemaCon. It has a lot of similarities to the first trailer, which I didn't even watch the first trailer because I wanted to be kind of surprised.
Okay.
but including the song motive and generally septic tone. It opens to soldiers walking down a dark bunker. The frame by illuminating by their flashlights. They are attacked by infected before the studio logos kick in. We are shown more to the film setting a small English town surrounded by a large barrier and bridge to the main fold, uh, adorned by skulls and grapes. We are shown the settlements and groups of survivors who have grown uh, accustomed to the pandemic life. That's it.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's all I got
Yeah.
as far as that studio goes.
Okay.
So next off, Lionsgate.
Lionsgate. Yes.
You have
John
any?
Wick. Yeah.
Yeah, I got John Wick on there too.
Yeah.
I also got the Ballerina one on there too, which is also a spin-off of John Wick.
Okay.
And I'm kind of nervous about it for the simple reason I know that, it's all about movie budgets, right? That when you do a movie budget, you're going to get reshoots.
Right.
From what I'm hearing, they reshot basically the whole movie almost.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think that they have much faith in the actress and she can stand alone without John Wick. So Keanu is in this movie.
Okay.
So he's basically
Help
like
her
a
out.
side character, which I wish that they wouldn't have shown him in the trailer and let it be a surprise. But I feel like that you could have actually, to be honest with you, I think she should have just went on ahead and tried carrying her own movie instead
Okay.
of relying on John Wick. Because
Right.
this is John Wick presents the Ballerina. This is dealing with,
Okay.
you remember the Ballerina assassins that we had?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what it's dealing with. And it's the backstory of Eve Macro and the Ruska Roma crime syndicate, and what teases of her being on the precipice of a point of no return, and the assassin's role as retired by his apprentice from John Wick himself. Director Lynn Wiseman is centered the world in this footage with return the appearance from Ian McShane, Angelica Houston, and the late great Lance Reddick. So, but I want this movie to stand on its own, being a ballerina movie.
Right.
Because that's what it's about. It's about the ballerina. I feel like if you have Keanu in there, it's overshadowing what the whole theme of the movie is. I love to see Keanu in this movie, but I would like to see him, like, he shows up as a cameo and then it goes back to her carrying the movie.
Right. And so obviously putting him in the movie is to help out with the movie. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'm excited about it, but I'm also hesitant.
Yeah, my brother loved John Wick, so of course, I picked that. Rest in peace, Aunt. Love John Wick. Seen every John Wick film. I'm sure he would have loved to see John Wick 5 and Ballerina. So, yeah, definitely was a pick.
Yeah, John Wick 5 is actually on my list as well. I love the John Wick movies. I own the John Wick movies. I actually have a poster back there that's actually the John Wick thing that I got from Walmart. So yeah, I'm heavy into John Wick. I love Keanu as John Wick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So,
and also the animated series. What do you think about that?
I love the idea of an anime. I wouldn't mind it because Keanu Reeves is getting too damn old to be falling downstairs again. And so I think an animated format is a perfect way to have Keanu still be John Wick and be able to do the things he does in John Wick without him having to hurt himself even more for us. So I'm all for that. I like the idea of a John Wick animated movie. I'm excited for it. Maybe they might even give us more cohesiveness into the first one with an animation format as well. So I like that.
Okay. Let's see. I have one called Now You See Me, Now You Don't. It comes out November 14th, 2025, directed by Ruben Fleischer. Let's see. It's based on characters by Boaz Jacquin and Edward Ricourt. The main characters, or the main cast, sorry guys, is going to be Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, Mark Ruffalo, Dave Franco, Isla Fisher, Morgan Freeman, Ariana Greenblatt, Dominique Sessa, Justin Smith, and Rosemond Pike. So the cast, pretty decent cast. Let's see. Now You See Me installment entitled Now You See Me, Now You Don't debuted at the CinemaCon Lionsgate presentation. The trailer opens up with a group of magicians played by Dominic Sessa, Justin Smith, and Ariana Greenblatt, who are essentially copycats of the Four Horsemen. That is until Jesse Eisenberg's character comes in and recruits them to help steal a precious diamond to take down a tycoon played by Rosamund Pike. The trailer showcases the same usual frenetic, preposterous magic shenanigans and the banter between Eisenberg and the new crew. The trailer kicks up another notch when, during the heist, Jesse runs into his old crew, including Isla Fisher, Dave Franco, Woody Harrelson, and Morgan Freeman. There's an abrasive tension between them, but soon enough, they're running through the same hijinks audiences know and love. It's hard to single out or make sense of the quick images that flash by out of context, but the energy is there. And as the old and the new crew come together to take down Rosebud Pike's villain. So, yeah, I haven't honestly seen the first one. I've heard of the first one though. So when
Yeah, they have
yeah,
2. This is actually gonna be the 3rd one in the franchise.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
My wife and I watched the first 2 movies, I think, last year.
Okay.
She's never seen them. I've seen both of them. I rented them on Redbox, at the time, before I met her. But I love magicians. I love magic
Okay.
tricks. I love stuff like
Yes.
that. I love when people are trying to expose the musicians and stuff like
Oh, I
that.
love that. Yes.
So I definitely have to say, watch the first 2. I think you're gonna
Okay.
enjoy it. Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter, plays in the second
Right.
one.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Okay.
I think you're gonna like it. I think that this is right up your alley. The
Okay.
third one, I'm gonna have to see a trailer for this one
Okay.
because it's a magician type of show, so I have to
Right.
see there. But the cool thing about these movies is the fact that you actually feel like an audience member yourself as they're going through these magic tricks.
Okay.
So as they're pulling the thing over the people's eyes, they're also fooling us too. So we actually feel like we're part of this little concert thing that they're doing in Vegas and stuff.
Okay.
In the first 2 films, and this third one seems as it might be entertaining.
Okay.
But yeah, I have to say I think that this might actually be pretty good too.
Well, reading about it, I definitely want
Yeah.
to check out the first two. So, definitely.
Okay.
Okay.
So the next one I got is a Stephen King movie, of course.
Okay.
It's The Long Walk, and
Okay.
it comes out September 12th, 2025,
Okay.
and it's based off the Stephen King novel. And exclusive footage describes based on the very first story written by Stephen King. First trailer of The Long Walk debuted at CinemaCon. The trailer dives directly into the film's unique premises. We are shown a group of boys surrounded by military tanks and armed soldiers walking down a road. This almost sounds like another movie that we've seen with a coming age story. You know what I'm talking about. Where they're looking for a body. At first, there's an
Oh,
adventurous
yes.
coming. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
What's that movie called? I forgot. But
Stand by
anyways,
me.
yep, that's it.
Oh.
Thank you. At first, there's an
Yeah.
adventurous coming of age tone as we are introduced to the ensemble cast, notably a friendship between David Johnson and Cooper Hoffman. The trailer takes a dark twist, of course, as a young boy collapses in exhaustion and is shot by a soldier. To the horror of his friends, Mark Hamill's voiceover, which I love Mark Hamill, tells the audience about the test of stamina at the center of the film. A 3 miles per hour long walk challenges with a long monetary prize and no finish line, just until there is only one boy left. The stakes rise higher and higher as the boy treks through flames and their numbers dwindle smaller and smaller. The Long Walk trailer has its proper notes of a Stephen King adaptation, a balance between a bleak horror of humanity's dark side and the emotional bond between brothers in conflict.
Hmm.
So I'm
Okay.
excited for this. But
Okay.
the thing that I have to say is most Stephen King movies now are not that big, aren't big hits. The last big hit that they had was It Chapter 1 and 2.
Right.
And that was like the last home run that they had. The Monkey Field, the Boogeyman Field.
Yeah.
You also had the remake of the old Drew Barrymore movie as well. But I'm excited for this though.
Okay.
So maybe this one might actually stick the landing as
Right.
far as being successful. because I'm sold
Right.
on this. You have
Yeah, he's a great storyteller, and I'm always excited when he has something out, and it is disappointed when it fails. But I'm always willing to give him a chance if he has something new coming out. It's like you want to check it out. It's Stephen King, you know.
right,
So
exactly.
and this one does. This one sounds interesting. Yes, it sounds like the previous one that we've seen years and years and years ago. But I'll always give Stephen King a chance, so I'll definitely watch it.
Same
And
here.
I'm rooting for it. I'm really rooting for it.
I'm rooting for it as well, and I
Yes.
like the fact that you have an adventure type thing, coming of age story mixed in with this horror, because we haven't had that in a while.
Yeah.
So yeah. So,
All right. Paramount. That's all I have
oh, okay. I
on that.
got
Yeah.
Michael, which
Okay.
is released for October 3rd, 2025. And Antoine Fuqua is the director. John Logan is the writer. Coleman Domingo's in this movie
Oh,
as
okay.
well. That's what sold me. That's the only reason why.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the only reason why. And oh yeah, William H Macy's in this too. Sorry, and Michael
Oh,
Cera.
okay.
Right.
Okay. That's a great cast. That's a good film.
But I don't know anything about it, so there's no plot point or anything like that. But
Okay.
I just want to mention that as like a little small tip of the hat
Okay.
once next whenever it gets close to time.
Okay. Michael.
Yeah, I got The
Okay.
Running Man,
Okay.
which
Yep.
is a remake of another Stephen King movie, which comes out November
Okay.
7th, 2025. Edgar Wright is doing it. I'm not gonna talk about this because everybody knows what The Running Man is, but you also
Yes.
have Coleman Domingo playing that too in that movie
He's
too.
just coming. He's just doing his thing.
He's busy. He's a
Yeah,
busy
he
man.
is. That's awesome. He deserves it. He's so talented.
He plays like the
Absolutely.
referee guy in this one.
Okay.
The announcer. That's what he plays. The
Okay.
announcer.
Oh, that would be good for him.
Let's see. Okay, now we're getting into Paramount.
Okay.
So let me go on ahead and see where.
I have SpongeBob down.
Okay.
Something fun,
Yeah, I
something for
love
the
that.
kids and adults. We love SpongeBob, so I definitely have that one down. That's coming out 2025 of December, December 19th, directed by Derek Dryman. Let's see. The voice cast is going to be Tom Kenny, Clancy Brown, Roger Bumpus, Bill Fagerbach, Carolyn Lawrence, Mr. Lawrence, and Mark Hamill. So let's see. See if I can read. So the SpongeBob footage opens on a classic SpongeBob tradition. In a live action, pirate addresses the audience to tell them about a nautical tale of the Flying Dutchman, who is Mark Hamill, crossing paths with an innocent soul, SpongeBob himself. Hilariously, though, SpongeBob wants to turn over a new leaf and become a big man. He blasts Snoop Dogg from his speakers and pumps his chest, lifting his plush weights. Mr. Krabs, played by Clancy Brown, or voiced by Clancy Brown, tells SpongeBob about his days on the sea, which motivates SpongeBob and Patrick to go on an adventure, to follow in his footsteps and go on a sailing adventure. When SpongeBob and Patrick, Bill Fagerbach, crosses paths with the Flying Dutchman, he takes them to the underworld where they must endure terrors beyond the sponge's imagination, including scary roller coasters. The search for SquarePants boasts a mix of absurdist gags and a vibrant mix of live action and 3D animation. So, SpongeBob SquarePants.
Okay.
It's SpongeBob.
You
Yeah.
have me sold at turning over a new leaf and the Snoop Dogg
Yeah, right?
thing. So,
He's a big boy now. Okay.
yes. So I got The Naked Gun on my
Yes.
list, and that's
Yes.
all I got. And that's the only thing. That's the only thing I have for Paramount.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I want. Here's the thing. Everybody knows my thoughts. If you haven't seen the trailer reaction that I did, check that out. But like I said, I accidentally hit the wrong button during the recording session whenever I was trying to get Rossie's reaction. But I want Rossie to take the floor and give her analysis of what she thought of the trailer.
Yeah. So I was kind of skeptical, guys, because Liam Neeson is playing the role of what is
Leslie
it?
Nielsen.
Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
Gosh. Anyway, sorry, Nielsen. Okay. Anyway, so he's playing. Sorry,
That
he's
was the
playing
same way.
that part. I've only seen him in the Taken movies, and just playing a really serious part. So to see him in this film, and when it opens up, there's this huge bank heist. The camera, they take you into the bank. You see this little girl walking into the bank, and then she takes off this mask, and it's Liam Neeson, and you weren't expecting that. It's funny. Then the shenanigans begins. Um, he's really funny. He actually, I believe he's going to pull this off. In the trailer, he pulled it off. Um, it was good. It was good. I think that it's going to be so good that, and he's so good in it that we may get into the remakes of the other ones. You know what I mean? He may play this
Mhm.
part another time. But yeah, the trailer was good. It shows that the splits. I mean, just he's really funny. And then there's I love the scene where you have them all standing up and they're looking at the pictures of their fathers. And so you have Liam looking at the picture of Leslie. And I mentioned to John just the picture that they got of Leslie, just that idiotic look that he would have at times. Great picture, but then you see the rest of the other characters looking at, the pictures of the people that were in the original films. But there is a part where there's a guy looking at you see the OJ hanging up, and you see the guy just looking at the camera like we don't even want to talk about that. That was really funny because I like that they had to poke fun of OJ. He was a big part of the Naked Gun film, so it's going to be good. And go Liam Neeson.
Yes, because
Yeah.
here's the thing. I'm with you on that one too, because I'm like, this guy's a serious actor. The only thing that I've seen him in was I have a special needs skills.
Yeah.
They're gonna take you right now.
Yeah, right.
And that's all I know him from.
Yeah.
And Dark Man, of course, wait, but here's the thing. That all changed once I saw Ted 2.
Okay.
Because he goes over there to the checkout counter, right, Rossie? And
Okay.
he asks Ted a serious question. He's checking out with what's the rabbit, the one with the rabbit on there, the cereal? Twix.
Yeah, Twix.
Tricks.
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 Tricks. Sorry,
Yeah.
Tricks.
He goes, are you sure this is just for kids? And adults eat it too? And he's like, yeah, adults can eat that. And he goes, thank you. Thank you very much. And he
Okay.
walks out with the Tricks underneath his jacket, afraid that he's gonna get whacked for eating cereal
Right.
for kids.
Okay.
So, and then also seen him in some SNL skits and stuff like that. So
Right.
I'm like, how are they gonna balance this guy out
Right.
with a straight up spoof movie?
Right.
And they do a great balancing job of it
Yeah.
because they got a little bit of Liam in there. They also have a little bit of Leslie Nielsen in there, and they
Yes.
mesh it together, and it works. I
Yes,
was
it does
laughing.
work.
And matter of fact, I watched the trailer again. Find myself laughing again with the same stuff, and then that's hard to do. It's
Yeah.
hard to get me to laugh more than once when I see a trailer because I'm
I
like,
get
okay, is this a fluke? Am I just laughing at this just for the sake of laughing at something, or is
so
this
it's
really
good.
funny?
Yeah, it
I
is.
laughed again. I'm like, no, they got a home run.
I think so too. I think so too. Like I said, question the casting, but yeah, the trailer sold me. And you guys make sure you guys check out our reaction or John's reaction. My reaction will come soon.
Yes. So, anything else that you have going on for Paramount?
I don't.
Okay. So we're gonna move on to the last one, which is gonna be Disney,
Disney. Oh, yeah. Okay.
and that's it. That's gonna be it after that. I got the Thunderbolts, which is coming
Okay.
out May 2nd,
Okay.
2025. Uh, it's a Marvel movie. I
Okay.
have to see how this goes
Okay.
because I mean, I want a home run from Marvel again. I want to feel that love that I had from Marvel movies again. And it's been so long since we actually had that besides Deadpool and Wolverine.
Right.
And
Right.
I want another home run for them. And this
Okay.
time you got the Thunderbolts are in the van on their way to an unclosed location. Bucky and I scrolled too far. Hold on. I got it. So, on their way to an unclosed location, Bucky and Red Guardian are talking about the origins of their suit Bucky seems annoyed by Guardian, coldly saying that he got his suit from Hydra. Ghost, Alana, and U.S. Agent are all trading stories in the back of the van. The van crashes into the building, and and we begin with the fight scene. So I like the fact that we have Florence Pugh in this. We also have David Arbor in this again because they made their appearance in Black Widow. So I have to say I'm excited to see them back again for Thunderbolts.
Okay. I have one that I picked that's kind of questionable because I wasn't, too sure about this.
Okay,
Uh, Lilo and Stitch live
Lilo and
action.
Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch live
Okay.
action. Um, yeah, so it comes out May 23rd, 2025. I like the animated, the Pixar. Is it Pixar? Yeah, love the animated one. So this was kind of
Well,
uh,
the animated one was just a 2D one, just a regular animation.
yeah, a regular, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so not live action though. So I was just kind of curious about that. It's going to be directed by Dean Fleischer Camp, obviously based on animated film. And the main cast: Hannah Woodingham, Sydney Audong, Tia Carrere, Billy Magnuson,
Nice.
Mayo Kilo, and others. And others. Courtney B. Vance and Chris Sanders. I'll mention them. There's not really much about it, so it's just going to be based off of the film by Dean DeBlois and Chris Saunders. So I just picked one that I thought would be different, and being that it's a live action,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I've actually seen some clip outs of the live action and stuff. Lilo,
okay,
it looks good from what
okay.
I've seen. Or you might actually have nightmares depending on if you're a kid or not. Seeing this a live action, but for the most part and everything, it looks interesting. It looks like it's
Right,
going to be something fun. It's a good time,
okay,
and you also get to bring a new generation in as well.
right,
So
right. The Fantastic Four, the Four Steps.
the first step, yeah,
Yeah, the Four Steps. The first step.
it's
Sorry,
okay. Fine.
I'm not eyes. July 25th, 2025, directed by Matt Shockman. Obviously, you guys know what comics it's based on. You have main cast Pedro Pascal, who we love. The Last of Us, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, Yvonne Moss Bacard, Bacharch, Paul Walter Halser, and many others. Okay, Julia Garner's in that as well. And so the footage opens with our titular family slash superhero group being brought onto a talk show. It is established that the Fantastic Four have been around for a good while in this alternative universe of the MCU and are beloved by their society. Sue Storm, played by Vanessa Kirby, and Reed Richards, Pedro Pascal, arrive late to dinner with Johnny Storm and Ben Grimm, but to make up for it, she announces that she's pregnant. Johnny congratulates the couple, saying, "Sure, Sue will make a great mom," and joking that Reed has some work to do. This seems to be going well in this dimension until Silver Surfer Julia Garner comes to Earth and warns the Fantastic Four that their world has been marked for imminent destruction. The shadow of Galactus is shown looming over New York, and the Silver Surfer tells our heroes they are in a race against time to save Earth from destruction. A civilian asks Reed Richards if they are going to be okay, to which he answers, "I don't know." We see him consumed by his research, burdened by their heroic responsibilities. Sue and Reed make a promise for the future of their child, and we are shown Reed giving a speech and telling the public that the Fantastic Four will protect them. The trailer ends with a shot of the Silver Surfer riding on the iconic board away from the burning flames of an explosion. So, yeah.
Okay, I'm
What do
excited
you
for that
think?
one. I'm
Okay.
actually got that one on my list though too.
Okay.
Because of
Okay.
Marvel. And not only that, but this is the first time that we actually get to see the Fantastic Four in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Okay.
Because before it was owned by 20th Century Fox.
Right.
Now,
Okay.
Disney owns 20th Century Fox. Now it enters into the MCU. So they have to hit a home run with this
Yes.
because of the fact that they have other things cooking right now, too. You got RDJ back as Doctor Doom
Hmm.
in this. And you have to come in swinging. And I think that I looked at the trailer for it. It looks good. Not this
Okay.
footage though that
Okay.
they have,
Okay.
but the other stuff. But there was like a teaser that they had and stuff like that. I watched a little thing of it. I liked it. I liked what I saw. I thought it was really good. It has like a Jetsons kind of feel to it because it's on a different Earth.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, I'm excited for this. Pedro Pascal is in this. You
Yeah.
have Joseph Quinn. Sign me up. Here's my money. I'll be there opening day. Like
Right.
seriously.
Right.
But yeah.
Okay.
So the next thing I have, because let's see, I got Tron Ares.
Okay.
And I love Tron Legacy. I love Daft Punk in this, but this time they got Nine Inch Nails attached to the soundtrack. I'm a
Right.
huge Trent Reznor fan when he does soundtracks and stuff. But the trailer looks good. And everybody's like, I'm kind of turned off with the Jared Leto thing. I'm like, I can understand
I
because
love
of
him though. I
here's the
love
thing.
him as an actor. Yeah.
Jared Leto is one of those characters that's like a character actor.
Right.
Give him
Yes.
a role, he's
He
gonna do
can.
something
Yeah.
to it.
Absolutely.
And yes, he did like a Mario thing, with House of Gucci and stuff. But it's just who
Yeah.
the character was.
Right.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm still gonna give this a chance. I like Jared Leto as an actor.
Yes.
Stuff. I loved him in Lord of War,
Yeah.
and other movies that Dallas Diamond Buyers Club, and stuff like that too, which won him the Academy Award. I'm excited for this. It's a sci-fi movie and stuff like that. Have you ever
Right.
seen any of the Tron movies?
I've seen the first one in the 80s.
Okay.
Yeah. I wasn't a huge fan at the time though. I have to say, but I live with a household full of guys, so they love Tron and they're looking
Okay.
forward to seeing the Tron movie.
I gotcha.
Yes.
Let me see if there's like anything else that I have. I got Zootopia 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you though?
Freaky Friday. I like the original Freaky Friday. I like that every decade or so they'll come out with a new Freaky Friday. Loved it as a kid, and I'm looking forward to an updated Freaky Friday.
Yeah, because the last
Yeah.
one too it had Jamie Lee Curtis. It also
Yes.
had was her, and this time it's the mom. This time she's actually playing the mom role.
What, Lindsay Lohan?
Yeah, she's playing the mom role now.
Yeah.
And this time the roles are reversed. Now it's now time for Lindsay Lohan and her kid to switch places.
And I think that's fitting, because like you said, that was the last one that we saw with Lindsay Lohan being the daughter, Jamie Lee Curtis. So, yeah, I think it's awesome that they bring out Freaky Friday and they don't let that die off. It's a classic film. It's funny. The family can sit and watch it, and I've loved everyone that I've seen. So when I saw that, I was like, awesome. Okay, they're doing another Freaky Friday. That's all. And with Lindsay Lohan being a mom, so fitting.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But Zootopia 2, I love Zootopia 1. It was one of my favorite animated movies of that summer.
Okay.
And come on, you got Jason Bateman in this. You got Ginger Goodwin. You got Hee Ha Kwan now in this. Shakira. And it's such a great movie. It's this. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
No.
It has Sylvester Stallone in this movie.
Really?
The first one.
Okay.
He plays like it's all animals. He plays some type of animal that's a cop. You also have it's funny, it's fantastic. I love it. You have to see it for yourself. But yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's everything. I mean, let me see. I think I had Predator down on here.
Okay.
And that was it. Predator, where are you? And you know what? Predator Badlands is what I had.
Okay.
But that's about it.
Yeah, I think we have a lot of good movies to look forward to in the next few years.
I think so too. I'm excited about this. But yeah, guys, out of everything that we mentioned, even stuff that we probably didn't mention, what are you guys excited for? I know we have this huge Beatles movie that's coming out in 2028.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, guys, tell us in the comments below. What are you excited for? What are you least excited for? Are you sold on any of the trailers that came out? What is some of the stuff that you loved? But yeah, Rossie, what do you have as far as your shows and things like that that's coming out?
Let's see. Next week, guys, I have the hip hop artist coming on. Her name is Too Fine and Divine. She's really a really big artist. You guys will love her. I can't wait to talk to her, Kayla AK. And I have Lance Laswell coming through on April 21st. He also is a pretty known artist. He's a rock artist. He does alternative rock. He's really dope. So I'm looking forward to talking with him about his music and what he has going on. So that's what's coming up on Rossie's Clubhouse, guys.
Okay. And you also have The Last of Us coming out as well.
Yes. Actually, let's see, April 13th. Guys, The Last of Us 2 will premiere, and you guys can watch it on HBO Cinemax. It's going to be really, really good. Saw the trailer. I'm sure you guys are all looking forward to that. So you guys will catch me once a week, every Wednesday, as of the 13th of April to do a rewatch and a review of The Last of Us. I'm so excited. I cannot wait.
I can't wait for you guys to be able to dive into that. It's going to be a great segment. I know it. You guys always knock it out of the park with your gaming segment. So I just want to mention that. You're very welcome. So tomorrow night, 8:30 Central Standard Time, we will be doing our Daredevil Born Again review for episode 8. And Christopher Nori will be back with me. Rashad will be back with me. And of course, Dawn will be back with me as well. So you have all of us doing this together. Also, too, I want to mention this. Rest in peace, Val Kilmer. Don't mean to bring the mood down a little bit, but I just want to talk about his filmography for a second and what made me turn me on to him and stuff like that too. My very first Val Kilmer movie was Batman Forever. Then I went back and looked at Top Gun, looked at matter of fact, I ended up reviewing Heat not too long ago as well, but Heat was one of my all-time favorite movies that he's done. The Saint is actually one of my other favorite ones, but he was such a great actor, sadly missed. And, I just think he's a great character actor as well.
Yeah. I loved him in Tombstone.
Oh, yeah.
That was probably one of my favorite films. And of course, all the other ones that you mentioned. I mean, Maverick and seeing him in Top Gun. So I was absolutely shocked. So he will definitely be missed.
He definitely will. All right, guys. Well, do us this one favor. Smash that like button. Smash the subscribe button. Tell us what you guys think. Tell us what you want us to do, though, too. It's not all about us. We want to know what you guys want to see from us and everything, too. So go ahead, email us at movieloversunite@gmail.com or Rossie's Clubhouse at gmail.com as well. She has a fantastic podcast. I produce it and stuff. I'm telling you guys, her interviews are chef kiss. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
Very welcome. Thanks. All right, guys. Well, that's going to be it. We're going to be out of here, but have a great and safe night and deuces. Later, guys.